what's going on in the market, and we are going to also to discuss about agents. So first thing first, we have Bitcoin sitting above like 100K, struggling a bit, So we have like those fuzzy, I would say, price action just because of like some Trump saying something. Then so yeah, that's the thing. So not really looking at longing Bitcoin right now. I have a small short open. I think we start to share a bit more like those intradays because I had some demand. So I had just a small short open just to grab, just to keep trading slowly and like following the market. Bluffing is pretty cool for that. Link in the description if you want it. So not much to say, just the price action is really depending on like any news, any tweet about Trump. So we just have to wait, So not much to say. On the agent side of things, a lot of things are happening. So first thing, CreatorBid, I've been following them pretty closely. They just had the public sale, 2.5 million sold out in 2 minutes. So that's pretty insane. That looks really the demand for agent. And I think they will list in few hours. So most likely when you see this video, they will have already listed. Also, we got Jupiter airdrop. So of course, make sure you use the proper link when you go claim your Jupiter airdrop. You have to use an email. So check your wallet. Honestly, if you have traded a bit on Jupiter, you will get an allocation. On my side, I swapped all my allocation against Pengu. So you can do it on chain. You can do it on chain. It's pretty easy to do, and Pengu is listed on Solana, so you will not do a mistake here. And that's pretty funny. I don't know why I have one of the CreatorBid agents sometimes replying to my tweets, so that's pretty cool. So this is an agent built on CreatorBid, so it launched on CreatorBid. So that's funny. Small Jirasan update. I had a lot of questions on them. I think they will, we've relaxed, they will go TG, so list in few weeks now. So it's pretty interesting, sorry. And if you have a Jirasan and you haven't done your account on Jirasan official website, you should go do it. They have done a tweet recently on the fact that, you have to do it. So link is here, jirasan.io. Pretty hard to do a mistake here. And now we are going to discuss a bit about AI16Z. So AI16Z, interesting one. I'm starting to bid on spot, not building a futures position. So slowly, I think 0.7 and $1 is an accumulation zone. So we can see here, so we had this strong bounce. Price went down, I think right now here. So I'm not bidding, rushing, but if it goes back here, I will bid a bit more. And the goal is to sell above 1.5. So it's really more about trading than investing here, but that's the case. And I don't know if I had like other big news. Yeah, this one is a very interesting video. Really go watch it. I have a second episode releasing pretty soon, so that's very interesting. Also on the Trump mania, I think it's a very interesting one. Trump, I think it will be one of the coin I will trade the most this year, because I think it's just very interesting, and it's very hard to say if it's overvalued here, even at like $40 or like $35. I think it will have some crazy bounce, and you have to be careful because you can go run and like 2x, 3x, and go to 100 million FDV. But still, I think it's an interesting one to edge from the market, So that's one I'm following closely. I also missed Fartcoin. I've shorted it a bit at $2. It went to $2.7, so pretty insane pump. And I haven't closed my short, but I wanted to really grow my size, so I'm a bit disappointed. So that's why, when you go shorting, go very slowly and don't like enter too fast, too high. For the guys who entered like at 0.34, 35, you need to have a stop loss, otherwise you get smashed. And here, like I didn't have like a stop loss, like, I put a stop loss because I entered like small size and I wanted to follow the trade. But that's a very interesting one. Zerebro is one I haven't shorted, but went down quite a lot, and I'm not really interested in buying, to be honest. So this one is interesting. AI16Z, very interesting one. So we had like this accumulation zone, strong bounce, and it went down quite a lot. So perhaps if it goes down like here, I will add a bit more spot. And because I think, they are building quite crazy. And if we look the agent, I would say, rank, I think virtual is like well valued. AI16Z is a bit undervalued compared to virtual. I think AI16Z is a bit more interesting, but AI16Z didn't had like an agent that went nuts, so I think that's why it's a bit lagging behind. And then we have like a bunch of them, and we can see that, you know, honestly, we go down below 50 million FDV pretty fast market cap. So that's why I think agent has a lot of room to grow, because a bunch of them still will still like get listed and like do something. So so that's very interesting, very, very interesting. Spot play here, so small BTC short. Yeah, so we see short, small Fartcoin short, and buying a bit AI16Z spot. So very interesting. Talking about Believe, so I would think I will do a video update pretty soon. Didn't have the time. It went down a bit, and I think it was interesting to buy back recently because the team is currently still building and everything. So the thesis to make it simple. So these are all real tweets. So I haven't verified all of them, but looks like they're all real tweets, right? I've checked a few of them about guys tweeting about Believe, you know, without knowing the coin exists, you know. So the thesis, my thesis is pretty simple when it comes to Believe. Is like if you go and you type Believe, minimum replies and minimum likes. So you have my video. I did some cool views. Then you have guys tweeting about Believe like quite a lot. So this tweet is pretty old, but it's not really ranked by recent. Perhaps I can go in the latest. Yeah, pretty. It would be smarter. So we can see that this guy tweeted about Believe the accuracy. Mumu often tweeting about Believe, so that's interesting. Jeremy is often tweeting about Believe. I think you should grab a bag. And yeah, so you have all these like people tweeting about Believe without knowing that the meme exists. And so once they realize that, they grab a bag and then they just wait because it's for the culture. And like you have this, I would say, virtuous circle that's starting. And I think it's just like we'll get some growth, you know. And if all those guys like grab a bag and like do a small tweet about it, you know, I think it can go viral. So that's kind of like the thing. And they have like a recent feature that is very interesting that they made me test. So if you tag the agent, so this is the agent now, recently launched, so Believe agent, and you add a ticker. So I'm not sure how you add it. Perhaps you can just type Pengu or like dollar Pengu or like Pengu, I don't know, or just a sentence. I have just tried dollar like the ticker. So the ticker is like the asset, and it can give an answer. So that's very interesting. So this is an automated answer, I think. It gives an interesting demand around 0.03 level for Pengu. Despite the dip, bull seems committed, worth monitoring if it holds as a higher low. Okay, so you know that's very cool, you know. So I think these are like the first features they have added, and many more are coming. And so that's pretty interesting. So yeah, 0.03 is a very relevant, I would say, level. Just dipping a bit below, but I think it's quite interesting what Believe mentioned. I think it's because of the price action of the asset looking pretty cool. So that's why it's tweeting about it, and also that it's a kind of like a hot coin. So it's very interesting. So I'm not sure, but I think they combine like some price action and some sentiment analysis to tweet. So that's very cool. And I know it's just first of like many other things coming up. So so that's pretty cool. So that's why you have to focus on agent or like project who are building, you know. That's the main important thing. So that's why like AI16Z I think is very interesting, because if you look their GitHub or what they're doing, it's pretty insane. But of course the coin has crazy volatility, like down 22% when it was up like 30% another day. So you know, it's just a crypto in the market, you know. So better be not FOMOing and be cautious. And in terms of listing, yeah, they have Bybit, but of course, they don't have Binance or Coinbase, and I think those exchanges will list like big agents in the coming weeks or months. So we just have to grab the proper ones. So that was it. We have Bitcoin dipping a bit. I think I will close my short at around 100,000, and I will not buy or long Bitcoin. I would wait. You know, I think it's a bit high to long it. But yeah, that was it. That was a small update. Cheers, guys.